Making the long trip up to Hartlepool this weekend, what are you thinking going into it?
I think it's a long way, and I'm out the habit of sitting on a bus for 7 or 8 hours, which going up to York was like that, you know. And you do get out of the habit of it. But we're going up to York. We're going up there to be competitive. It's a long way, but we have to play. We have to play 23 different teams in the league, and it's our turn to play Hartlepool this week.
They're just below the playoff spots at the moment. Do they have just as much to fight for as us, would you say?
I'd say so, yeah. I would imagine they've still got a little bit of an outside chance. They've got to put a good run together. And they're in front of their own fans, who, working up in the northeast previously, are a hard bunch to please. So yeah, they've got outside chance of the playoffs, but they've got to keep winning football matches. So I'm sure they're going to be trying to do what we're trying to do, and that's win a football match.
When it comes to us, obviously we've had a full week to prepare for this one. How have things been? I say it all the while, and I see previous managers saying it, and I see other managers saying it. The lads have been good. The lads have turned up. They've worked hard again, which is all you can ask them. It's out. Today's been good. It's out. The sun's out, which is always good. But they're a good bunch to work with. How are things going to look for us over the next couple of days?
In terms of
sort of training, making the way up there?
Well, we'll go up there and we'll leave early in the morning, because I like to get on the road early. Over the years, not only at this football club but other football clubs, I've been caught in plenty of traffic on a Friday, which just has given people at times an excuse. We didn't get to the hotel 6 o'clock, we didn't get there till 7 o'clock. So we'll leave early tomorrow, and make our way up. We'll train at Derby again, and we're thankful for Derby for accommodating us. It works fine, and then we'll go on the coach and hopefully get there for 4 or 5 o'clock or whatever, and prepare as we normally would. We'll do presentation of the boys on Hartlepool, and then we've worked this week on how I'd like us to play. Spoke to some of the boys about stuff, and they're very receptive to it, and they've given some good feedback as well.
You mentioned obviously that we're training at Derby tomorrow. We had a similar situation when we went up to York a couple of weeks ago. Do you think that sort of having all managers have their different ways about doing things, do you think now that the players have had that, it might benefit them still going into this one?
I don't know. No two games are the same. No two trips are the same. But when I spoke to the lads when I first come in, they actually want to train. Especially the older boys were like, we need to do something on the Friday. We need to get his legs going on the Friday. And you have the thing that Derby from here is just right for the driver to have his break. So that works well as well. So it suits all parties. And the lads, the older boys said, you know, we want to go and do some work. I think the game before, when you went to Morecambe, you went straight up, they didn't train, and the lads said that they didn't feel right. They wanted to do something on the Friday. And when I said, yeah, you know, I'm all for that, training up the road on the Friday, and they were quite, yeah, it was, some of them were pleased that that's what we do.
Yeah, and then just finally, obviously the transfer window shuts in just about a week. Are you expecting any incomings? Because obviously we've had a couple of players leave recently.
We're always looking. The squad's thin. On the ground. And if you add to the squad, it's not to replace, it's to add to it. And a lot of people think, and players, that if you bring in somebody in, it's to take their position, but it's to add to the squad, and we need a couple of bodies in to add to the squad. We're centre half wise. In the last sort of couple of weeks, we've lost Aaron and Niall, so that's not helpful. So you're always looking to add, especially when you have a squad like we've got. So we're looking to see what's out there, looking to see But it's hard this time of year. It's really, really hard. There's a couple of players that you can go and get, probably haven't played for the last 6 months. And there's no 20-goal a season strikers out there, and there's no centre halves that are playing every week that you're going to be able to get from another club. So that is the difficulty at the moment that you have, and it's going to have to be very calculated, and it's not helpful where we are in the league. I spoke to a club today about taking a player on loan, but the player didn't want to come, and I think it's because of where we were in the league, and he was in League Two, and I think it's that's the difficulty on that one. But we'll keep trying. I still trust the lads to get us over the line. So we'll have to see where we go. But if we bring anybody in, it'll be to add to the squad, not to replace, because we've got some big games coming up. They're coming thick and fast again. So yeah, I allowed Sam Pearson to go. Some people now will say, well, if you got a thin squad, why did you allow Sam to go? And I know Sam said a couple of things in the interview of his game time, but my first week here, Sam only trained on the Friday in my first week. And then the second week, as we're going to go to York, Sam asked not to be able to travel because he had a personal issue. So Sam's game time, limited game time, was through circumstance, not through me. And I had that conversation with Sam. So it's disappointing to hear that I was the reason that he wanted to leave because of game time. Also, circumstance come into that, and he had a personal issue. It's not for me to say what he was, and he rightly missed the trip to York. But don't hold me accountable for your game time if you're not available.
Great. Cheers.
Thank you.